morning everyone. I am Abarna Rajendran.
And I am Arati Raghunath, 4th year B.V.Sc and AH students at Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Veterinary Education and Research, Puducherry. Vanakkam, Namaskaram, Namaste, Swakata, Namaskar. All these words sound different but mean the same, welcome. Similarly, we at River have a very diverse culture, but we all unite together for the common aim of development of veterinary community nationally and globally.
Respected and our most beloved Dean, Dr. B.V.Sc, faculty members, freshers and their pillars of support, parents. We welcome you all to this auspicious occasion of Student Orientation 2022-23 academic year. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome the 29th batch of River Puducherry to join our River family.
To begin this promising event formally, let's all rise for Tamil Thaiguri of this prestigious institute. Now we have a presentation to take us all through a visual tour of River.
Welcome to Pondicherry, also known as the Paris of the East. It is the capital of the Union Territory of Puducherry in India. It is on the southeast coast of India, surrounded by the state of Tamil Nadu, with which it shares most of its culture and language.
Good afternoon, my dear parents and the students. Today it is one of the important day in all the students' life who are sitting over here, and I would like to wish you all of you a very best wishes to have a successful career under the banner of Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Veterinary Education and Research, which is shortly called as River. River is one of the premier institute in the country, and it has produced some of the world's best veterinarians, I would say. And I promise that this is what you are all going to witness here next 5.5 years, to tell in a nutshell about the great institute. Like, the institute was started way back in 1994, October 14th, and we have traveled 27 years, and we are progressing into 28th year of existence. And there were a lot of transformation the institute have seen. Initially, the college was continued as Rajiv Gandhi College of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, and it was renamed in the year 2013 to River, that is Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Veterinary Education and Research. The greatest strength of the college, I would believe, is the heterogeneity of the faculty, because we have a diversified faculty group. Presently, there are about 56 faculties representing from various parts of the country, and that gives us an unit wherein we have almost all language speaking people here. That gives a bit of blend of different cultural heritage, and their potential, I would say that it's one of the best in the country, because we are all the witness of that. And I would say, like, I'm the first batch student of this esteemed college, and at least to say that I'm the testimony for the teaching that has been imparted by this great faculty of this institute. And also, the another advantage I would believe is again the heterogeneity of the students, who have had a diversified group here cutting across the state, and that again gives us a very good cultural heritage among the students. That gives us an atmosphere wherein you have almost all cultured people in the country, culminating in a single roof under the banner of River. The institute has all the basic facilities that are essential for imparting the undergraduate student, and we are also having post graduation, and we are planning to start from this year the doctorate program as well. For the undergraduation, there are 17 disciplines are there, with additional livestock farm complex, and we have distributed in 3 different parts. this is a zone A wherein the administration and the academic blocks are situated, and also the livestock farm complex. In zone B, the hostel facilities as well as the sports facilities are being provided. And we have in a place called Metropolium where our zone C is there, where all our clinical activities are being conducted, and most of the clinical courses are also being handled in zone C, which we are planning to shift it to zone A itself in next couple of months. That should be into existence, so that we are bringing in all under the one roof in zone A. And of course, the zone B will continue to function for the sports and recreation facilities. So this is in nutshell about the college. As far as the facilities are concerned, we have almost all facilities, basic facilities that are required for imparting a quality veterinary education. And also we have in the livestock farm complex almost all the species, starting from cattle, sheep, goat, pig, poultry, and also horse also been added of late. And we are also having a lot of pet birds, and also from the poultry various birds are being reared and kept for entrepreneurship program as well. And of late we have also started fish aquaculture also. So this is in nutshell about the facilities at the livestock farm complex. And we have been fortunate enough that the government has sanctioned about 2 crore to establish a central instrumentation facility, wherein we will be having almost all the state of the art facilities, which are very sophisticated, under one roof, so that all the students can take advantage of that. This is what we are in offer to all the students. And to tell the success rates of the students, I must say, like I already explained about my own success. Being the first batch student, I'm at the helm of affairs. It's a privilege for me, and all my predecessors have done a great job and in imparting quality veterinary education to the students. And we are completely under the control of Veterinary Council of India Act, and they are all the regulations of VCA have been followed in our institute. And the success rates of the students, I must say that we have a very diversified group cutting across different countries. Our alumni are globally placed, and all are doing excellently well, and that shows the quality of veterinary education that has been imparted in this institute, that gives them the potential and talent to go and then get settled elsewhere, and then also continue successfully their career in different part of the world, like Australia, America, Italy, and Denmark, and different part of the UK, and New Zealand, to name a few countries where our alumni are distributed globally. So that shows that we are having a very good package of classes that imparts some that quality veterinary education. I must say that after I took over about 7 months back as the dean of this college, my motto was to put this river in the international arena. Happy to share with the parents, like we have signed MOU with the 6 foreign universities, and the idea is to impart in the undergraduation curriculum itself. I wanted to send all my students to 1 month international training, that is called the externship program. Happy to share that 20 students to start with this year they are visiting. The idea is to that extend it to all other students from next batch onwards, and that is one of the major breakthrough I have did. And we have a very good career guidance program going on currently. We are training students for 3 different aspects. We are identifying the talents and giving them the training on 3 aspects. That is, if some students by pressing reason they wanted to discontinue with the B.V.Sc, and what all the opportunities that are available to settle. And the second is the those who are wanted to pursue higher studies within the country, a special refresher course are being organized for them. And the third set of peoples for going abroad and pursuing their career. These are the 3 different category. I'm identifying the students, and we are training them specifically for that. But because for I believe it is what they settle our success relies. So we are not taking students only for completing B.V.Sc, and we are settling students to take beyond that. This is in nutshell I wanted to share, and I am sure like the academic activities headed by our Deputy Registrar Academic Dr. Ganesan have done a fabulous job to arrange this orientation program, and ably supported by various faculties around him, and most of the students and the non-teaching staff have been working towards giving this program to all of you. You'll have a very thorough understanding of what all the activities of this college. And I take this opportunity to thank all the parents for coming down and from different part of the country, as well as the students I'm sure you will like this campus, beautiful campus, greenery campus, and I wish you all a very good success, and come here and be with us, and we will show what is the pathway to achieve success in your professional career. Thank you so much.
Welcome to the River Campus. The institute is driven by its motto Animo Soines Om Em, which translates to Animals should be treated like humans. The campus is divided into 3 zones. Zone A and B at Kurumbapet, which is one of the greenest campuses in Puducherry. And Zone C, located at Metupalayam, is about 2 kilometers from Zone A, where the Teaching Veterinary Clinical Complex functions. At Zone A, which is the main campus, the administrative block and the academic blocks are housed. The Department of Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Extension of this institute is involved in various extension activities, organizing training to the farmers, farm advisory services, village adoption programs. You are witnessing the state-of-the-art exhibition hall, which depicts the facility of the institute and its extension activities. The Department of Animal Genetics and Breeding deals with principles of animal breeding, animal and population genetics, biostatistics, and computer application. The Department of Veterinary Anatomy is the fascinating world of bones and tissues. The Department of Veterinary Biochemistry imparts training to the students to understand the life at molecular level, which helps to understand, unravel the disease process. The department also offers diagnostic services. Department of Veterinary Pathology, where the dead teaches the living through post-mortem examinations. The Museum of the Pathology Department has many well-preserved specimens. The Department of Veterinary Parasitology is the world of parasites and insects. The department has got a wonderful museum with gross specimens of different parasites. The Department of Veterinary Pharmacology and Toxicology, where preparation of medicines and toxicological studies are taught. The Department of Veterinary Physiology teaches the inner workings of an animal system. The Department of Veterinary Public Health and Epidemiology, which plays an important role in preventing exposures to and controlling diseases that humans can get from animals and animal products. The Department of Veterinary Microbiology deals with veterinary bacteriology, mycology, immunology, and virology. This department has been recognized as a disease diagnostic center for livestock diseases by the government of Puducherry. The Department of Animal Nutrition is equipped with a well-developed laboratory, feed mill, and mineral mixture plant. It deals with feeds and feeding of livestock, poultry, and pet animals. The department is engaged in supply of balanced poultry feed and area-specific mineral mixture. The Department of Livestock Products Technology deals with processing of milk, meat, eggs, and wool. The Department of Instructional Livestock Farm Complex, where students learn to rear different species of animals and birds. It has a hatchery unit, poultry farm, rearing of turkeys, goat farm, dog kennel, cattle sheds, integrated fish and duck farming, fodder demonstration farm. The Central Library is air-conditioned and has more than 5,000 books and subscribes several national and international journals. The campus houses an award-winning herbal garden where multitude of medicinal plants are available. The breezy canteen caters the need of the staff and the students. The sales counter is the outlet for river products.
Welcome to Veterinary Clinical Complex located at Metropolitan in Zone C. The Department of Veterinary Medicine has various diagnostic techniques such as ECG, vital signs monitor, endoscope and blood transfusion facilities.
The Department of Veterinary Gynecology and Obstetrics has a museum with specimens of reproductive system, artificial insemination facility for cattle, ultrasound scan and obstetrical theatre. The Department of Veterinary Surgery and Radiology with large animal surgical unit, modern large animal operation theatre with hydraulic operation table, small animal surgical unit, air-conditioned small animal operation theatre, physiotherapy unit and radiology unit. The college also provides ambulatory services to villages of Puducherry. Zone B, located at Kurumapet, has separate hostels for men and women. The mess is managed by students. The campus provides indoor and outdoor recreation facilities such as basketball, shuttle, badminton, a well-equipped gymnasium in addition to a playground with running track. River has a very active students' council. River also engage in various NSS activities, village visits, Red Ribbon Club, deworming and infertility camps. Alumni are successfully placed in various positions in India and abroad as field veterinarians, private practitioners, teaching faculty, researchers, scientists, technical managers, administrative officers, and many more.
Respected Dean, Deputy Registrar Academic Dr. Ganeshan, distinguished faculty members, parents of new students, dear freshers, very good morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to stand before you to deliver the welcome address on the very special occasion on the orientation day for the 29th freshers batch of this institution for the academic year 22-23. First of all, let me extend warm welcome to our beloved Dean of our institution, Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Veterinary Education and Research, River, Dr. Salian, who is a very dynamic person, distinguished scientist, and leading from the front. He sets himself a high standard and aspires to take the institution to the greater height. Above all, he is a very student-friendly, and I am sure that he will immensely be pleased to see the new sets of students joining the river. I, on behalf of everyone present and on my personal behalf, wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, and look forward to listen to your words of wisdom for the new freshers who have joined today. Now I request Dr. Ganeshan, Deputy Registrar Academic, to welcome our Dean with a bouquet. Thank you, Dr. Ganeshan. Next, I welcome Deputy Registrar Academic, Dr. R. Ganeshan, a familiar face to all freshers and their parents. Yes, he has done a commendable job in last 4 months and was instrumental for all the undergraduate admissions at River during this academic year. I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir, for this function. I extend a warm welcome to CSE, Professor and Head Department of Animal Nutrition, Dr. Uma Maheshwari. She is instrumental for smooth conduct of both internal and external examinations. Faculty members of River has been the pillar of strength of this institution. I extend a warm welcome to the Head of the Department, LPM, Dr. Sri Kumar, Head of the Department Anatomy, Professor Shri Kumar, Head of the Department Veterinary Physiology, Dr. Nayanan Jacob, first year class teacher, Dr. Venkatesh Perumal, College Librarian, Dr. V. Srinivasan, Director Physical Education, Dr. Muhammad Azim, NSS Program Officer, Dr. R. Kumar, Warden Hostels, Dr. Venugopal, Assistant Warden Men's, Dr. Kantraj, Assistant Warden Women's Hostel, Dr. A. Abhirami, In Charge Vehicle Section, Dr. Vilan Chedian, Professor and Head and Deputy Registrar Finance, Dr. Ajay Kumar, for this function. Now let me extend a special welcome to all those who are very special today. Yes, indeed, freshers, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure in extending a warm welcome to the 29th batch of the students of River. Welcome to the River family. You guys have brought a good atmosphere to the institution, and we look forward for the great things here. You have joined an institution with long history of nationally and internationally recognized excellence in the academics, and let me take the opportunity to congratulate you all, and we all are honored that you have chosen River to pursue your undergraduate program. River welcomes the students from diverse background and fosters an environment in which the students can be successful. Wishing you all a very happy learning in next 5.5 years of your life. We want to help you to succeed and excited that you will become your journey with all of us. I am also pleased to welcome the parents of the freshers who have taken their valuable time to be with us here today for this great function. Let me welcome all to the orientation committee members, student volunteers, staff of the academic and other administrative section of this function. I welcome you all, one and all, on this great occasion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Next, we call upon the backbone of our institute and the leader guiding us towards a successful career and life, Dr. V. Sedian, the Dean, River. We are proud to mention that Dr. V. Sedian is one of the most successful alumni of our college, being one among the first batch to join the River family, previously called Ragakovas, in the year 1994. For the past 7 months of being as the Dean, Dr. V. Sedian has always surprised us with his phenomenal ideas and promising changes in this institute and marching us towards the glory. We welcome you, sir, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Aarti. Very good morning to one and all present over here. To start with, the hero of the show, the dear academic Dr. Ganesan sir, and dear Deputy Registrar Finance Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, and all the stalwarts who are sitting over here. I'm not taking their individual names, and the most renowned faculty members and respected in charges of various sections, and the librarians present over here, and the Director of Physical Education, all the faculty, other members, the non-teaching staffs, and all the student volunteers who will present over here, and most importantly, the parents of the students who have come all the way, cutting across the states, traveled here, accompanying their kids, and last but not the least, my dear students. A very good morning to one and all present over here. Gives me an immense pleasure to stand here, and it brings back 28 years of nostalgic moment when we started our career in the same institute, and the journey was so fruitful, and it is one of the emotional day for me as well to welcome all these budding the students who have just completed their +2 and joined this esteemed institute for pursuing their B.V.Sc in the program for next 5.5 years. It's been an excellent task done by Dr. Ganesan sir, who have been instrumental in getting this admission done. And I must say, ably supported by a good team with him, but then he leads from the front. I know what he has gone through last 4.5 odd months, and it's been so meticulously planned, and then it was in complete hassle-free. I don't think there is enough to be appreciation that need to be mentioned to him, because the type of tiresome odd hours of hard work and he has put in spite of his additional duty of taking classes regularly, and whatever possible way, sitting on the odd hour in the evening and then taking this tremendous job of getting admitted 100 odd students to is not a simple job. I would request every one of you should give him a very big round of applause. And I must say, like, one of the best in the country in the sense in terms of handling the students' admission, because we give them a hassle-free admission process and online payment mode created, and they have been all given, even some of them are wanted to transfer to somewhere else, so they have been given within half an hour. Their dues have all been cleared, and that is the hassle-free atmosphere which we have created here for the parents to not feel the pressure, because which usually doesn't happen in any admission process. Well, I would restrict because I have addressed most of the facilities and all video has been shown, and this is like just a motivational talk to my dear students. Well, this is a premier institute. I have already introduced to you the institute, and like we have about 268 students. The admission process is something like 50% from the local candidates and then 50% distributed across the states from various parts of the country. And to be very precise, the Pondicherry is distributed into 4 different districts, that is Puducherry, Karaikal, Mahe and Yanam, which has about 268 students. And from other states such as Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, Meghalaya, Nagaland, Jharkhand, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, New Delhi, Haryana, Uttarakhand and Jammu and Kashmir. We have about 234 students, almost like 50%, and foreign nationals we have about 4. So grand total is about 506 students now currently. If you see the male-female ratio among the students, it's like a fantastic compilation by the DR Academic. And we have about a grand total of 550 students currently on board in the institute, and we have about equal, this first of its kind today, as of now today, it stands around 275 girl students and 275 boy students. That's like almost like 50% of the sex ratio also being maintained in this beautiful campus. Like, there are a lot of things have been shown in the video, and I know most of you might have chosen the veterinary profession by chance. To be very honest, I wanted some of the students to raise their hand who wanted to pursue B.V.Sc and AH program by their interest. I know I have interacted with each and every one of you during the admission process. How many of you can raise the hand that you wanted to only pursue veterinary science? That's good number, but then I know what it is like. Every parent want their kids to be either a doctor or an engineer. Even we also were aspirant of becoming a human doctor. What happens in the process, we don't get into, and then we are forced to take some sort of course where the next in the line usually is the veterinary science or dental college, like that, professional course. I know it all happens like that, but today you ask me, I have traveled across the globe, okay, so with my limited exposure wherever I visited, I must say you are all made one of the best decisions of your lifetime, because the opportunities are multifold as far as the veterinary profession is concerned, and I can promise you that you all will have a better settlement even the human doctor won't imagine today. That is the quantum of opportunities that are available before you people. And even if it has happened by chance, you are left with no other choice except to take veterinary science, I must say that it's one of the best decisions that you and your parents have taken. And we, as a faculty here, promise you that the decision is very fruitful, and you are all marching towards a career pathway where some of your schoolmates who might be pursuing engineering or a doctor will come back and say we are not able to be comparing ourselves with you. That is going to be the type of opportunity that veterinary science is going to create, especially when the food security is in threat in the future, and the veterinarians are going to be most sought after personalities in the future, especially with the global climate change scenario. The animal proteins are to be playing a major role, especially in the developing part of the world, and in that scenario, the veterinarians definitely play an immense role, because it's a multidisciplinary approach research that is needed in an effort to feed the growing human population of 9.6 billion by the 2050 scenario. So this signifies the importance of agriculture, and India is an agriculture oriented country, and the major chunk of its economy comes from the agriculture sector, including the livestock. And like among the agriculture sector also, livestock is tipped to be most climate resilient. And like today you might have seen travel in Pondicherry, wherever in the education institution you see a G20 summit logo has been kept. And there is nothing but the India is committed from the G20 perspective, like we wanted to battle this climate change scenario, and then we wanted to safeguard all the production potentials of the agriculture sector that will help us to feed the growing human population in the country. Because like we still don't claim to be the developed status, that's primarily because of a growing human population. And we have all the resources, but still we are in developing country status. That is primarily because we need to step up or improve the production potential of our agriculture sector. Why I told like agriculture sector, livestock is so crucial, because it's been proved already like livestock is most climate resilient than the agriculture sector itself. With an intention, I can put you data. We have so much wide diversified indigenous population which are specific to different agricultural zone. I'm sure you are all the pillars of strength going to be for the future, because you are representing most of the states in the country, and you need to equip yourself whatever the teaching that is going to happen here, and you will go back in your respective places and you will have a career there, so that the indigenous germplasm have to be conserved. And we need that type of effort wherein we need to redefine our breeding policy, so that we not only impart the production potential for the indigenous animal, rather than we need to really target infusing the adaptation potential as well as the low methane emission potential. This is the need of our. Well, the crossbreeding program been followed last 6 to 7 decades. I've really given productive yield, but then if you ask me, like currently the crossbreeding program of the crossbred animal particularly are under threat, especially from the climate change perspective. So the breeding policy have to be revisited, in the sense like we need to improve the production potential of an indigenous animal, that is called bottom-top approach, rather than working towards the usual the top-bottom approach of bringing in the exotic animal and infusing that blood in our animal, so that then improve the production potential. So that did not yield that much, because latest report says clearly that India stands still the #1 in the world in terms of average milk production. That is not primarily because we have a lot of crossbred animal, but then there is data which clearly projects like the crossbred animal have come down in their production potential last 10 years or so. That shows like we are still able to maintain around 210 million metric ton of milk production, the status of the country. That is primarily because of the indigenous buffalo as well as the cattle population that is being dead. I wanted to put a question to these budding students here, like, like there are Western countries, name for example Brazil, have taken our Nellore cattle, which is normally producing here around 6 to 8 liters of milk. I mean, in their condition, they are producing around 24 to 28 liters of milk. How this was made possible by the Western country? That shows clearly that we have not exploited the indigenous germplasm. That's something these budding students to think about, like I wanted these type of researchable priorities should be set for the future generation. That is what you are all going to witness for next 5.5 years. It's not that you are here for just taking a B.V.Sc and AH degree, and we are here to impart quality education in terms of we will always plan what is going to be next. I am a type of person, I inculcate in all my students, which most of my students are placed abroad with a very high scholarship for the PhD program. One thing I tell them, you join a degree, never worry about that degree, because in 5.5 years B.V.Sc, 2-year M.Sc or 3-year PhD, the day will come we all will kick you out that with a degree. Intelligent students must always think about what is next. So in that way, this question forms a high significance, because these are the type of researchable priorities the students should set. When the Western countries are able to target achieving a goal of 24 to 28 liters of milk from the same indigenous breed that have an origin of India, why not India could achieve that? So that clearly shows that our breeding policy need to be revisited. It should never be strict towards production trait. It need to be an amalgamation of production trait, adaptation traits, and low methane emission trait. Like livestock forms a very unique sector in terms of climate change, because we not only the animals are getting affected by the already changing climate, but also they are contributor to the phenomena in terms of release of greenhouse gas such as methane and nitrous oxide, which are multifold global warming potential than the usual suspect carbon dioxide. This signifies the veterinarian's role. And like these are the type of research where we need to rope in almost all the subjects. It is a multidisciplinary approach, is the way forward to safeguard our poor indigenous animal, which need to be improved for their production potential, and then we can reach the target by easily. And also, like in that way, we need to create an atmosphere where they need to be multidisciplinary oriented rather than sticking to each other, and then because standing alone and apart and then doing some sort of research is not going to help us. That's why we are refining the PG program also in the institute in a very big way, so that there is a holistic approach of the related subjects get together and then they work. We wanted to infuse a sense of belongingness for these students, and then we wanted to give them the career that they have never thought of in their own little way by their parents. And to the parents, the message is very crystal clear. You have given your kids here, and we are trying to provide your kids a possibly a very good congenial atmosphere for them to express themselves and then perform at the highest level. And it has been depicted in the video, like we have taken a lot of initiatives now as far as the opportunities creating for the students is concerned, because they are definitely going to have a best of the best facilities now coming up with. The government is ably supporting us in terms of creating all the basic infrastructure that are being needed by the veterinary profession. It's all been done very meticulously now recently. What is important for your kids is that they should believe on the system. It means like it's never going to be that easy. You know, like when you travel abroad, you will understand that the veterinarians are listed in number 1 in the gazetted officers list rather than a human doctor also. That primarily because we are rated number 1, that you need to understand, because it has, even though it has happened by chance, you all should feel proud that in 5.5 years you are all going to be conferred with a veterinarian degree, and that you should feel pride to do so, because when you travel abroad you will understand what is the value the veterinarian has over the other subjects. Like when I first visited my overseas visit in 2010 USA, like when I just landed at the airport at New York, like the first thing the immigration officer has asked me, like, are you a veterinarian? Yes, I told. There you go. There is no any checkup even there. That is the type of respect that we get abroad. That scenario has to change in India, because we never valued. It's a neglected sector as far as me is concerned, because when we travel across, you can understand that veterinarians were never been considered in par with the medicos, and that is the thing we need to, as a veterinarian, when we take an oath at the end of 5.5 years, we need to prove a point that we should never consider ourselves anything inferior to anybody. So like that is what the respect we seek abroad, but the same scenario should change in this country, where you know, like we contribute enormously for the country's economy rather than the medicine persons. That is very simplified comparisons I wanted to make, and to make also understand why the decision you have made to be a veterinarian is so crucial today. Like you are all going to be the pillars of strength for the future, and we believe in investing on the youngsters, and you can see how our alumni are globally placed now. We have a very good networking being created, and when I took over as the helm of affairs of this prestigious institute, there was only one thing in my mind, that our predecessors, all the deans, have done tremendous work in building the institute and creating all these infrastructures, basic infrastructure that are needed. My job is only to take this institute to an international par excellent institute. That is what we are working towards, and my faculty would definitely agree with me for what all the efforts we have taken in the last 7 months, and been, I must proudly say that we are at it now to be claimed an international status, because I am trying to inculcate an atmosphere here wherein all the PG students will have one of the co-supervisor from the abroad, because we have signed 6 foreign universities memorandum of understanding for student as well as the faculty exchange, as well as joint research programs and hosting conferences and then workshops in a joint way. And I wanted to start with infusing a co-supervisor from the abroad, so that the thesis gets the value and they get an opportunity even to go and do one of the objectives over there. So these are the type of effort which could really lift the moral of the students, because you go abroad and see, and then you can say that then the opportunity becomes easy for you. Because we Indians, we don't believe in ourselves that we are the best in the world. The US and the Australia, they are the two. Why I take that? Because they are considered for the livestock research as the topmost countries. These two, and of course some other countries from the UK as well. But then if you go and see, they are all surviving on our brain, because the Indians and the Chinese are the most sought after in these developed countries because they don't have the ability to work hard, but then we do. That is the reason we have very great career at abroad, but unfortunately we don't believe in ourselves. That is the problem with us. We always would tend to follow the foreigners. I must say from my experience, I always made it a point, like whenever I went abroad, that it is that we need to make the foreigners to come behind us rather than we are going behind the foreigners. That is the motto with which I have started my career, and I have just achieved fairly in a relatively better way, that I make most of my collaborators to come behind me, because that is because of our work ethics. We do have an immense potential, we need to encash that, and that is what you are all going to learn in the next 5.5 years to transform yourself from a very ordinary to an extraordinary individual. It is nothing but you need to believe in yourself. That is what we are going to do. And we have seen in the video that we are taking a lot of student-friendly initiatives, so that we are just trying to identify. There are 3 set of career guidance programs we are currently giving. We are offering to the students here. We are trying to identify the interest and the background of the students, and in consultation with the parents, like what is that your future is going to be. I am just not taking and producing more veterinarians and releasing back to the institute, and we and faculty are committed in terms of developing quality human resources so that according to their interest, whether they wanted to settle down after the B.V.Sc, whether they wanted to go and pursue higher studies in the country, and they want whether some extraordinary individuals sitting over here who are getting imbibed by presence of people like us, and then they wanted to pursue they wanted to aspire going abroad to pursue their higher studies, and we are offering these 3 set of career guidance programs. So like I've been sitting, being the dean, you never see in any institute that the students have the opportunities to meet the dean directly, because I have opened up my room between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. and I work 3 hours extra exclusively for the students, because you no need to have to worry about anything. Straight walk inside my room, and then you can interact with me. What is your future interest? And we are specifically identifying students for these 3 set of for immediate job after the B.V.Sc, and then higher studies within the country as well as higher studies at the abroad. And according to your interest, the career guidance differs, and we are working towards that. From once you reach 4th year and final year, we are offering a refresher course through our contract faculty predominantly, that is to prepare yourself for the higher studies within the country for ICR, Indian Council of Agriculture Research, PG programs, so that you make use of that and then perform well, take a scholarship, and then go. If there are intelligent students who want to strive hard apart from your regular curricular activities, you wanted to go abroad, you need to have a special packages of training which we are trying to organize through various lecture series through our alumni internationally placed, and then we are training you all for having such type of equipped technical competency, so that you can go and pursue your higher studies abroad. These are the type of effort that has been taken here, and then you have to come here and then see like you should behave like a professionals. Like there is a difference between the arts and the professional science. There are 2 different sides of a coin altogether. You cannot go with the mindset of an arts. You don't come here with an intention like you wanted to relax here. You don't have anything to relax. Well, I said, I will tell you that from my experience. If you relax in the first year, you are never going to catch up anything, because your effort will be always to catch up with what you lost in the first year. If you are intelligent enough, if you are careful enough, if you wanted to have a perfect career ahead of you, you need to be very careful right from the word go. Then it won't be stressful to you at all, because when you are keeping your OGPA 8 and above, then from there it is like taking ahead what you have achieved it. But rather than you are falling behind 8, it is always going to be a catching up job you are going to do next 4 years, so that you will never able to reach what is your real potential. You may be any in the NEET score, you may be any score, it's immaterial. But today we are offering a program wherein we are treating all of you alike. From today, it's all about admission is done, cutting across whatever may be the criteria that is fitting you here, but you all will be treated alike. And I know like you're all going to be the pillars of strength for next 5.5 years for this prestigious institute. All you need to do is that right from the word go, be very sure that you are satisfying your requirement in terms of OGPA. If you have a very clear OGPA, then the scope of going abroad and other things comes, and also when you wanted to go for higher studies within the country also that comes. So this is very important, and even if you wanted to have a career immediately after B.V.Sc also, you need a very good OGPA. Happy to share with the house that this year we have got a percentage of around 93.3% our campus interview, the people got selected. That is the scenario that prevails. It's not a joke, like coming from that type of background and relatively only 3, not even a 3-decade completed year, 28 year into, and achieving that type of target of that shows what is the knowledge that has been getting imparted by our faculty to the students. So they perform at the highest level, and we train them for how to face interview boards, etc., which you may not get anywhere else in the country. So that is the type of atmosphere that is prevailing here. Try and come and explore. I tell you that you are all here not for yourself, for your parents. Like they have been spending, especially for the self-supporting national, it's a huge amount they are investing on you. Make them proud. Always work towards the betterment of your parents, because we are not training here students and producing more veterinarian, as I told in my initial remark. We are training quality human resources and better citizens for tomorrow's, because we believe in investing on the youngsters, because they are all going, today's students are going to be tomorrow's officers. So it's very vital, like we develop good citizen for this country rather than just producing a veterinarian. You all should work towards giving a comfortable atmosphere for your parents in their old age, because that should be the payback time for all of you. Like, to keep that in mind, you need to value your parents, because they are sending you from different part of the state, and then they from the country, and then you are all coming here and trying to have a career, and I'm sure like you will have a very good continual atmosphere. And remember that never the home can be replaced by anything else. There could be some sort of lacunas as far as your accommodation and other things are concerned. You need to bear it, because you need to bear for the sake of getting a good future. Never look for a comfort. A student who looks for the comfort will never flourish, I tell you that. You need to be very spot on this particular. Never complain about the facilities, because we have some of the best facilities in the country, and we are now changing a lot of atmosphere here also. That's a common thing people come and say. Even this is a request from to the parents as well, like, leave your kids to us, and we are here to address their requirements. And we all have developed in that fashion only. In fact, most of you might have developed in that fashion only. I must tell you that the home cannot be replaced by an hostel. So like, they have to work in an atmosphere where we wanted to create in them the sense of belongingness to the institute, and also they should be able to work in a cohesive manner among their colleagues, their friends, and that is what is need of the hour, because research and other activities are a team effort. They should understand, like, they should be trying to adapt to a different set of different cultured people, and they need to really work towards achieving their goal. Means they need to struggle hard without seeing the comfort or anything else. Today you dare to struggle to win tomorrow. This is the message I wanted to make it very clear for my students here. I am sure, like, I have addressed each and every one of you when you came for signing the admission card, when you have entered my room, and our dear academic have detailed you what are the advantages of pursuing a degree in this prestigious institute. And I promise you that no one will get such an opportunity of visiting abroad, even within the B.V.Sc level, and even some of the 100-year, 80-year institute also could not achieve what we have already achieved. And we are here to get this full batch can go when we are coming. The scenario will be in such a way that all of you will go for an extensive program if you are willing enough, and that is the way you need to dream big. You don't come here and then work like an ordinary student and then work towards some 7.5 OGPA and then get out of it and then keep roaming around. It is not going to happen in that way. We are not going to leave any stone unturned to make you most successful, and you are all very, very important for our future perspective, because as I always mention, like, students are our biggest strength. And we believe in our success rates are being evaluated and measured in terms of how many students we have settled. It's not about how many students we have produced. That's what you are seeing. What is the globally acclaimed researchers from this prestigious institute have been distributed across, and they have been doing wonderfully well in various capacities cutting across the globe now. So that is we also expect this bunch of students also should be joining in that family. So that is what I have in offer for you all today. And never ever relax. Okay, even if you wanted to rest for a while, but never quit from what you are set to achieve, and your parents have sent you here. Like, you need certain basic qualities when you are studying at River, especially when I am at the helm of affairs, because the punctuality is the first and foremost I wanted to impress upon, because I am not going to allow any students entering the campus after 9. because the faculties are so committed and they come well before 9 and then they are all set for the class. It should never be happening that you will be coming. You should behave like a professionals. 9 o'clock, 10 minutes before you should be within the campus, and then you should be settling down in your class. Punctuality is the one which could completely tilt your table in your favor, because every teacher likes a student who is very punctual, who is very dedicated towards his study, his or her study. And this is what the basic traits you need to have. You need to have punctuality, hard work, dedication, and then most importantly, you need to work on odd hours without much relaxing, because this is a professional course and it is very tough, mind you, that also I'm telling you. Until unless you pay due attention right from the word go, it's going to be always difficult. So keep these traits within you and open up your vision. Keep all your perceptions very sharp, and then this is what you are going to learn next 5.5 years in this campus. And we are having a very greater platform for all of you to express yourself and flourish. And we are here to take care of your future. And with these few words, I once again thank the parents for reposing faith on our abilities and then making your kids to join this river family. And I am sure in 5.5 years, you all will come back and then appreciate whatever the efforts the institute has taken to shape up the career of your great kids. And they will be, and I'm sure it is not only the education we are going to impart them, we are going to make them a better citizen for taking this country forward. And with these few words, I once again thank dear academic and all the faculty members who are present over here, and all the parents who are sitting here, and above all, my dear students, hearty welcome to one and all to this prestigious institute, and I wish you all a good career ahead with us, and best wishes for your future endeavors. Thank you.
Inspiring and motivating words. I'm sure the freshers are eagerly waiting to hear more from you in the coming years. Now, I would like to invite the Deputy Registrar Academic, Dr. R. Ganeshan, to throw light on the system of veterinary education according to the Veterinary Council of India.
Respected and beloved Dean, members of the faculty, distinguished members of the faculty, parents and dear students. First of all, on my personal behalf, let me welcome all the freshers to this prestigious institution. Congratulations on joining River, and I wish you all the very best for your wonderful career ahead. Let me present a brief, a small presentation on the administrative and your system of education as well. So let me start with, of course, you have already seen all this, the institute campus. As we have already seen, there are 3 zones here: Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, and we have these blocks in these respective places. And as Dean was mentioning, we are planning to relocate that Zone C, that veterinary hospital, in this particular campus. And as far as admissions are concerned, normally, in UG program, the intake is 157 students from UT of Puducherry and 43 from outside Puducherry. And we have PG program being offered in 13 disciplines. And the sanctioned intake is around 2 or 3 per year. And we also intend to start PhD program once we receive the approval from the Pondicherry University. We will be doing that as well. And as Dean was mentioning, this is the current student strength, 550, and the faculty strength is around 59, and we have a healthy student-faculty ratio of 9.3:1. And once the 21-22 batch goes out, and it will become still smaller, so we have a very healthy student-faculty ratio, somewhere around 6 or 7 students for one faculty. That's a great number to have. And where are the UG students from? You have representation from all across, from all parts of Puducherry you have students, and we have students from other states as well as from foreign nationals. So you have wonderful diversity being represented here. And this is where, you have almost 21 states and union territories from where we have students in this campus. That's a wonderful distribution to have. And this is what is expected. Normally you go to any other place, largely it will be from the state, particular state only. Very few only will be coming from the other states. But wherein we have a totally different scenario. Yes. Coming to the system of education, as I have already told most of the students, this is a 5.5 year professional year, a 5.5 year course, including a 1 year internship. And the system of education is annual, so you have only annual exams, like not a semester pattern. Right, and each professional year you've got about 210 instructional days. That translates into 35 weeks of instruction. Okay, so that is your requirement, and excluding of course the time spent for annual examination. And we have 6 days a week. Saturday also has half a day's calendar we have. The timings will be from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock on most of the days except one day, and lunch break will be from 1 to 2. And Saturdays we have 2 theory classes will be there. So all timetables are already with you, and the academic calendar is also in your welcome kit, and all your rules and regulations all are given to you. You can go through that as well. And this is a credit load you must understand. Like in the first year you have 12 theory credits and 6 practical credits. So you should also understand what is a credit. A credit is theory 1 credit is equal to 1 hour of instruction in the classroom level, and practical 1 credit is equal to 2 hours of practicals. Okay, so that is what is meaning of credit, and you have to accrue all these credits. So 81 credits you have to accrue to get your degree. And this is how it is distributed: 18 to start with in the first year, 22, 24, and then comes 17. And interestingly, like first, second, third year is 1 year duration, and in the fourth year it is 1.5 years duration, right? And you will be studying the clinical subjects. We will see that. And fifth 1 year is completely internship. So totally 50 theory credits and 31 practical credits is your credit load. And almost all subjects will have practicals, unlike like engineering and other subjects. Like here in veterinary, you will have practicals in all subjects. And these are the subjects you will be studying in your first year of study, like veterinary anatomy, physiology, and livestock production. 4 plus 3, 4 plus 1, 4 plus 2 means you have 4 theory classes in anatomy per week, right? And 3 times you have to go to the anatomy department for practical. So each practical will be of 2-hour duration, right? And that's the credit requirement. That is a load. Physiology, you'll have 4 theory classes per week. Once you have to go to department for practicals, physiology department. And similarly, livestock production and management, 4 plus 2, 4 theory classes. So you'll have about 12 theory classes per week, theory classes, and 6 practical classes. So that is your weekly load as far as theory and practicals are concerned, as far as first year is concerned. And it goes like this, second year these are the subjects you'll be studying: veterinary biochemistry, microbiology, pathology, genetics, and nutrition. And the corresponding credits are also given. It's all available in your regulations book as well, syllabus and regulations. And these are the subjects in the third year: pharmacology, public health, parasitology, livestock products, technology, animal husbandry extension. So these 5 subjects will have both theory and practicals, and the last 2 subjects, like veterinary clinical practices and livestock farm practices, you will have only practicals. So you will be introduced into farm practices as well as clinical practices. Right? And so this is what I was mentioning: livestock farm practices and veterinary clinical practices. And in the fourth year, it will be largely clinical subjects like surgery, medicine, gynecology, and obstetrics, and total credit of about 17, and the duration will be 1.5 years. Right. And once like with 4 years, your academic requirements will be all met, and the last 1 year will be completely internship. It's called as a rotatory internship, where you will be divided into batches and you will be sent to different places for your internship. Okay. That is your, and this is what is the academic calendar. So we will be exactly going by this. This gives you a very clear idea as to, like when your internal exams are coming, when your annual board, all those things, the dates have been worked out, because it's very easy, 210 instructional days, so everything can be nicely worked out. So you understand, like you are set for the first internal sometime during the mid of April. Okay, so it's all very clear now. So what is up to you? Now you'll have to work towards that. Right? Then, going forward, you have lots of awards and prizes to be won in all the subjects. If you are very, very alert and up to date, you have these many awards to win. In each and every subject, you have one or the other awards being presented. Okay? So going forward, it will only increase, and you have awards to be won in each. And so, if somebody stands top in animal genetics and breeding, you have, you are going to win an award, Dr. P. Nandakumar Gold Medal Award, and which will be given during a function in front of all others. That's a great honor to receive such kind of award. So you have to be always on your toes to win so many awards to be won. It's a nice feeling to have. Right, and see, these are the students, like they have stood, they did wonderfully well in the All India entrance examination. After completing the B.V.Sc, they took All India entrance examination for pursuing master's program in India. And some of the students, for their All India first, second, they're all from our college. So we are giving training for that as well. And there is no reason why you people also should not do something like this, okay, or much better than this. Right? So these are the 8 students, one I was absent, 8 students are here, we recently honored, and they're all in a very good, reputed institute with scholarship. And there are additional opportunities as well. Like as Dean was mentioning, we are into MOU with a lot of foreign universities, and these are some of the foreign universities with which recently we have entered into an MOU. This provides an opportunity to the students for like going for externship or student exchange programs. A lot of other opportunities as well is there, and also we give a lot of importance for research at undergraduate level. So when you reach the 4th year or something like that, you should be always looking out for an opportunity to go for conference and things like that. So also, when you come out of your B.V.Sc, at least 2 research publications, 2 conference presentations. Those are the kind of targets you should be setting yourself and then working towards that. It's possible. So it's quite possible. So like with the kind of mentoring that's happening here by the faculty, you have every chance to do this. Okay. And the institute has received research grant from national and international funding agencies. And we have excellent extension activities as well going on in this institute. And for recognition of all the services, NAC has given a B+ grade valid for 5 years, and UGC also has given 2F and 12B status to this institute. Okay. Coming to rules and regulations, I think you must be aware. You should be aware, very careful about all these things. And as Dean was mentioning, great emphasis is given for discipline. Okay, a strict discipline, and it should be regular and punctual to the class. And 75% is mandatory for you to be eligible to sit for the annual board examination. So make sure that you don't miss classes. There should be a genuine reason for missing class. Otherwise, for no other reason, you should be missing class. And college ID cards will be issued to you shortly, and it should be worn by the students all the time. And dress code is essential. You must be properly attired. It's very essential that you are properly attired. And for boys, it is regular pants and shirts, and for girls, it is salwar kameez with sleeves. Right? And should attend the lab and clinical wards wearing the overcoat, which will be purchased and given to you. And cell phones are not allowed inside the class, and maybe you can use it outside the class. But strictly make sure that you put off the cell phones when you enter the classroom. That's very essential. And also we have an advisory system in which each faculty will be allotted some 10 or 15 students, and he or she will be advising you all through the 5.5 years. So your first point of contact will be your advisor, and any help you need, academic or non-academic, always feel free to contact the advisor and take their assistance. They will be putting you on the right track. That's very, very essential that you do that. And any correspondence, if you want to send it across to the head of the institution, so it has to be routed through the advisor. So always remember that you have to write a letter to the dean, and then get it forwarded by your advisor. So you will be intimated about who your advisor is, and all those things will be taking place shortly. And ragging, as you know, it's a very serious crime and punishable act, and so strictly prohibited in this campus, and do not tolerate any nonsense. So we have anti-ragging nodal officer also is there. So the important phone numbers are given to you. So you have the nodal officer of anti-ragging committee. So all those information is available. Please do not tolerate any nonsense of ragging. Kindly, politely inform the person if you face any problem. I am assuring you that there will not be any problem in the campus. Parents also, you can be rest assured that there will not be any problem of ragging in the campus. Okay. And as far as vehicle is concerned, local students, I advise, if you, the vehicle, there is a route, specific route available, and the in charge vehicle section will be talking about that. If you want to avoid the vehicle, you can always use that. And as far as two-wheelers are concerned, please avoid using two-wheelers as far as possible. And if you are wanting to use local students, please be sure that you have the license. So that's very important. And also for your own safety, you have to wear a helmet also. So, and there should not be any rash driving inside or outside the premises. So please take care of, because your health is very important to us as well as to you. Right? And last, smoking, alcohol, drugs, they're all strictly banned here, and anyone found using any of these will be dismissed summarily from the institute. So there is no lenience shown on all these things. So please, because there is a lot to achieve, so don't get into all this. Okay, that's it. So wish you all the best once again, and congratulate once again for all of you who have joined this institute, and wish you a great career ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Examophobia and anxiety are the features that we all share as students. But exams are very important that help us self-evaluate and gain confidence in life in general. Now we invite Dr. D. Uma Maheshwari, Chief Superintendent of Exams and Professor and Head of Animal Nutrition, to give us few information on the examination pattern of our curriculum.
Respected Dean, faculty members, parents and dear students. Let me congratulate all the first years for having secured a seat here, as well as it is one of the noblest professions one can follow in this world. And coming to the subject, I am Dr. Uma Maheshwari, Professor in the Department of Animal Nutrition. I am also the nodal officer for the university to conduct the exams in our college. And as already explained by the DR academic, we have 210 days of instructional days, and in between we have our internal exams. Around 63 days, or around 30% of completion of the syllabus, we will have the first internal, and the second internal falls around 126 days or 60% of your syllabus completion, and the third one around 189 days and around probably 90% of your syllabus. And the internal exams will be conducted for 40 marks, of which we have an objective as well as subjective. You are expected to get 50% for a pass percentage. And we have an annual board examination at the end of 1 year for first year, second year and third year, and around after 1.5 years for the fourth years. And of this, the theory is completely external, and the practical is conducted in the internal basis. The external, once again, when you write your theory, you have your subjective and your objectives for 60 and 40. 40% objective and 60%, that is the pattern that we follow. And you are expected to get 50% in theory, both in internal and external put together, and 50% in practicals to get a pass. The most important aspect in our veterinary education is that we do not carry arrears. We don't have something called as arrears in our pattern. You are, for the first year for example, you will be attending 3 subjects. Out of these 3 subjects, you can afford to fail in 2. Only 2 maximum. And when you fail in this 1, 2, immediately after your results, you will be allowed to register for second year, and you will be asked to apply and attend for a compartmental examination in which you have failed, and you are expected to pass. If you once again fail to pass in your compartmental exams, then you have to repeat the year. I repeat once again, you are allowed to keep only 2 failures in every year maximum. Though you have failed in 2 subjects, you will be allowed to go to the next year with a conditional compartmental exams to pass within 1 month or whenever the university gives you the time. If you fail to pass in your compartmental exams, once again you will be asked to repeat the year. The parents, I request the parents to kindly note this, and once again I request the parents to keep in touch with the advisors. As sir had said, each student will have an advisor, so please have a track of your wards. There is no point in coming after the results are out and then lamenting my child has failed. So right from the beginning, we expect the parents also to take care of their wards, keep in touch with us so that the performance of their wards will be updated to them It's not that we expect you all to fail, but it is a caution. Once again, you are, I'm sorry, there is one hitch here in our profession. You can fail only thrice in a year. If you fail to clear your first year subjects within 3 years given time, you may not be able to continue the B.V.Sc and AH course. Not that we have anyone in this list, but this is only given as a caution for everyone so that you would prepare well right from day one. As the Dean said, we cannot rest. We have come into a profession, and as you know, the world is now in a rat race of competition for jobs, for placements. Everyone is there. So you are given a chance to join us in the professional course, one of the noblest professions, as I say, and I expect you all to put in all your efforts into your studies. We are here to clarify your doubts. All the teachers, no one sends you out if you are here. Anytime you can approach us, and we would love to clarify your doubts, and we would love to see you perform better. Okay, so this is what our examination is concerned about, and the way your marks or your OGPA, everything is calculated is based upon your credit points and your credit hours which you will be attending every year, and we expect every one of you with a minimum of 8. When I say with a minimum of 8, you have a maximum up to 10 OGPA where you can score even 9 plus, which I'm certain every one of you do. It's not that all of us are credited with the blessings of entering into a professional college. You know, most of your classmates may be out and still you are here. When you come here, it means you have been given a chance to show your potency. All the best to one and all, and thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we welcome the first year class teacher, Dr. Venkatesh Perman, Professor, Department Veterinary Biochemistry, River, to address the students.
Thank you, Aparna. Respected Dean, dear teachers, and faculty of River, and the blessed students, and the proud parents, I welcome you all, and for joining this River family. It means a given immense pleasure to welcome you, because when you see that I've said a respected teacher, just to make a point here that I am a alumni of this institute. I belong to the first batch. So you can know that how this institute works, because that's the kind of environment we are providing here. And I'm here on behalf of a class teacher for the first years. So this is the kind of system we follow here. We have a class teachers for each year. Along with me, Dr. Rajalakshmi is there. She is assistant professor in Department of Anatomy. So we both will be taking care of the classroom events. So whatever the things you require, we will be providing in the classroom. We have a wonderful ambience. So madam has told you about the exams. You don't worry too much about the exams. We are giving a wonderful facilities here with the AC classroom. So it's not for relaxing. So you have to encash the things and make it a point that you reach the goal what you are here for. Okay. So that is one thing. And as dear academic Dr. Ganesan sir have told about the advisorships. So this is another good thing which we find in this system, that for every students, every 10 students, there will be one advisor who will be keeping touch with you, just like there will be the local guardian. Okay, so whatever the problem you face, the first person to approach is your advisor. Till you get your advisor, your class teacher will be the advisor. So that's me. So, and of course, shortly we will be giving you your advices. So whatever things you want to contact the administration, so that has to be routed through the advisor. And the same thing, whatever the communication that comes to you will be coming through your advisor or through the class teacher. Okay, and you can feel free to interact with all the teachers. Then the third point which I want to tell on behalf of anti-ragging, because I am a nodal person in this anti-ragging committee. So my numbers are with you, and this is a campus for the information to the parents where we don't have a history of ragging here. So I am proud to say that we don't have a history of ragging, but still in future if you face any kind of a thing of that sort, which this institute will not tolerate. So feel free to contact us. We have given all the important numbers with you. At any time you can call us. So even the wardens will be free for you to interact. Okay, so don't hesitate to contact us and don't tolerate any of that activities. So with these few points, I take this opportunity to thank the organizer for giving me these opportunities. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Note for the first years, Dr. Venkatesh Perumal and Dr. Rajalakshmi are one of the most approachable, student-friendly professors of our college. Feel free to go to them for any need. Moving forward, as Dr. Ganeshan mentioned earlier, that the first year consists of 3 core subjects, that is veterinary anatomy, veterinary physiology, and livestock production and management. Now we invite Dr. M. Sri Kumar, Professor and Head of Department of Veterinary Anatomy, River.
Good morning, one and all. I am Dr. Sivakumar, not Sri Kumar. Somehow I am in the verge of retirement. At that time of retirement, they have changed my name. Anyway, enough has been told about the curriculum, about the institution. I take this opportunity to congratulate all the students who have joined. And anatomy being a basic science subject, it is difficult, if you think it is difficult, but I would say, having put in so many years of service in anatomy, what I feel is that anatomy is one of the easiest subject if you can understand the concept of the subject, right? And in the department, I am supported by Dr. Rajalakshmi, who also happens to be your assistant class teacher, and there's another assistant professor, Dr. Sendamal Selvan. So all 3 of us make it a point to see that you understand the concept to the best extent possible, right? I wish you all the best. Thank you.
I apologize for it, sir. Next we have Dr. Nanan Jacob, Professor and Head, Veterinary Physiology, River.
Hello, good morning to all of you. Yeah, nice to see that all of you are awake still. Respected Dean Sir, faculty members, parents, and most beloved students who have set your path or set your foot upon a wonderful pathway, and I hope this pathway leads to glory for all of you. As Sivakumar Sir just now said, the basic subjects of veterinary science are anatomy and physiology. LPM, you'll also be studying biochemistry, which is in your 2nd year. And how many of you remember your teachers who taught you ABCD in your LKG and UKG? Well, this is the ABCD of veterinary science that you're going to study in your 1st year. How many of you remember your teachers who taught you in your nursery schools or in your LKGs, UKGs? Very nice, very good, very good. Nice. But we promise you that you will not forget us, you will remember us. Don't worry about that. Okay, so there are 2 things that you need to remember over here. Okay, one is that you have become a professional. So as you have become a professional, your mindset has to change. You have to develop and you have to become mature. Your school days are over. Now you need to mature up and you need to behave like a professional first of all. See, the wonderful examples of the success of veterinary education, okay, is Dean Sir himself, who is a 1st batch student, okay, who is here as a Dean, and we as teachers are very proud that he is one among us and he is a Dean over here, okay. And to add to it, he is also a veterinary physiologist and he is one of the topmost 2 veterinary scientists in the world today. Come on, give him a big clap. Okay. The second thing is, okay, see, even your class teacher, even your assistant class teacher, all of them are alumni, our 1st batch and the 2nd batch alumni. Okay, so we are proud about that. Regarding veterinary physiology, anatomy teaches you the basic structure, physiology teaches you the basic functioning of the body. So unless you know the basic functioning of the body, you cannot do anything else in the body. So it is an important science which needs to be understood, and it's a lovely subject which I am sure all of you will enjoy. Thank you very much. Welcome to the class.
Thank you, sir. Now we invite Dr. Sri Kumar, Professor and Head, Livestock Production and Management, River.
Good morning, everyone. Most respected and beloved Dean, first-year students got admitted to the veterinary profession today, their parents, learned faculty, senior students. I'm here to tell you about the department in which I am heading, the Livestock Production and Management. And in the Department of Livestock Production and Management, we take you to the different species of animals, their classification, and overall, moreover than above all these things, we will be dealing with the hands-on practicals, hands-on techniques of handling these animals and the care of management of these animals from day one to their age. As far as this course is concerned, we have two professors and one assistant professor in the department, and we are ably assisted by the faculty of Livestock Farm Complex, wherein we have 3 professors and 1 assistant professor. And all these faculty, professors and assistant professors are holding doctorate degrees in their respective fields. The rest of the things we will be dealing with when we have the classes, and I'll be coming to class on Friday. Thank you.
Thank you, professors. Albert Einstein once quoted, "The only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library." River provides an amazing collection of over 5,000 books covering all the subjects and more. Now we invite Dr. Srinivasan, librarian River, for a few words.
Respected Dean, senior professors, my colleagues, dear students and parents, good morning to all of you. I am Dr. V. Srinivasan, librarian of this institute, working here for the past 26 years. Library is in the first floor of your first year classroom building, that is just above your classroom. In library, all essential textbooks, reference books, encyclopedias, dictionaries in all branches of veterinary science are very well available. Sufficient number of textbooks copies are available. Each student will be issued 2 library cards, so you can borrow books from library. And library hours are compulsory. Library hours are included in your timetable. During your library hour, you should come to library, make use of the library to the maximum for your academic performances. And it is a compulsory, and attendance will be taken. And library hours is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So all of the details we will discuss later when you come to library. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. An active mind cannot exist in an inactive body, and River provides opportunities for students in various sports activities including badminton, table tennis, volleyball, football, cricket, basketball, and so on. Riverians bring a lot of glory to the college by actively participating in various inter-college tournaments headed by Dr. Muhammad Asim, Director of Physical Education, River. We invite him to the podium.
Respected Dean, River, learned faculty, dear students, parents, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Muhammad Asim, Director of Physical Education, Department of Physical Education, River. Since 1996, the Department of Physical Education, River, is playing a major role as far as sports and its development is concerned. The River is regularly conducting inter-class sports and games, followed by inter-collegiate tournament conducted by Pondicherry University in various sports and games. Our River students represented Pondicherry University team in different sports and games. It is my proud privilege to say, since 1997 to 2022, around 170 students, both men and women, have represented both South Zone and All India Inter-University Tournament held at different parts of India. More than 18 students have represented Pondicherry for junior and senior nationals in different games. So I am sure our involvement in sports is very good, even though you are very academically busy in your education schedule. Our sports facility, in Zone B, we have a multi-gym, badminton indoor court, basketball, volleyball, and floodlighted court. We have a playground that is not completely established. I am sure Dr. B.V.Sc, our beloved Dean, a lover of sports, the first Sports Secretary Students' Council in the year 1997, will bring a good ground, and I think he will do it before his tenure. I am sure he will be fulfilling it, and I also recommend you at least a 400 meters track or a 200 meter standard track at the earliest. I wish all the first year students all the best. I kindly request you to involve in any sports activity so that you can be physically fit, mentally alert, socially sound, and spiritually well-being. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have the NSS unit of River, which has been immensely contributing in various community services like Clean Campus Drive, campaigns against single-use plastics, and celebrates various occasions like International Women's Day, World Veterinary Day, etc. Dr. R. Kumar, Professor Veterinary Pathology, works tirelessly as NSS Program Officer of River. We invite you, sir, for a few words.
Thank you, Aarti, being an NSS volunteer. Both Aarti and Avarna were NSS volunteers. Good morning to everyone, respected dean, distinguished faculty members, my dear students and parents. On behalf of National Service Team River, myself, Dr. R. Kumar, Professor Pathology and Program Officer NSS, I am ably supported by Dr. Vendesh Perumal, who is also your first year class teacher. And as far as NSS is concerned, I think majority of you from plus 2 background, you might have been there in NSS program or Green Campus program. There are so many programs there in the schools. However, the concept of NSS has now totally changed. So before 2016, it was a co-curricular activity, but 2016 onwards, the MSV regulation, that is the apex body, the Veterinary Council of India, has made NSS and sports a compulsory program, and they have been included in the curriculum. So you will be registering as a course, as a 0+1 course. 0+1, I think Dr. Varghese Academic has already told you what is 0+1. And every week you will be having one class, and this class is compulsory like any other course, right? A student has the preference here as far as this course is concerned. Either you can choose physical education or NSS. See, be clear in you, when you are coming for registration, please choose either NSS or sports. And if you are registering for NSS, you have to be in the NSS for next 3 years. Similarly in sports also. So any student, first year student, who wanted to be in NSS, you will be carried in NSS for the next 3 years. So be clear when registering the course, whether you wanted to be in NSS or in sports. So before saying welcome and best of luck, I would like to give 3 suggestions. One, it's already our dear academic has said, please try to handle the vehicle with a valid driving license. This is a mandate, and everyone should possess a driving license when you are in the campus. The second thing, possess when you are 18 plus, try to have your voter ID, that is the IP card, which is also a mandate, and the government of India as well as the election department, every year they will be insisting us, and they will be conducting so many programs that young voters has to be registered at the age of 18. And the third most important, so everywhere we will be talking about professionals and professionals, try to be humane. So at majority of them you have completed 18 or yet to complete 18, so you have the right to donate your blood. So be humane to donate blood, because that is also a very, very important part of our NSS activity, which is handled by the Red Tent Club. Once again, I thank everyone for the given opportunity, and once again I welcome the first years. Thank you.
As mentioned earlier, the institute provides hostel facilities and mess facilities for the students, and which is designated as Zone B campus. We invite the hostel warden, Dr. S. Venugopal, Professor, Department of Livestock Farm Complex, River.
Good morning, everybody. Respected dean, the distinguished faculty, students, and parents. As I introduced, I am Dr. Venugopal, Professor in Department of Livestock Farm Complex and hostel warden. Okay, so already you are watched in the video. Hostel is located in the Zone B campus, next to this campus. Okay, along with the sports complex. We have got 2 main hostel blocks. Okay, one for the girls and for the boys. and the remaining small blocks which are being residential complexes for faculty will convert into the hostels. So totally we have 10 blocks, among which 3 are being occupied by the boys right now, and remaining will be for the girls. Okay, so total the capacity almost we can house about 240 students, 120 boys and 120 girls each. And this year we made it compulsory for the hostel fit for all the girls from first year to final year. So boys have been asked to vacate the hostel, and first year it is compulsory. The seniors have already vacated the hostel. Only the first year boys and few PG students will be occupying the boys hostel. Remaining all girls will be provided to the girls hostel. And there is a separate mess facility for the boys and the girls. Food is another most important whenever you stay in the hostel. So the mess is mainly run by the students themselves. There is a management committee, hostel management committee headed by the dean and the warden and the student members. Okay, especially the boys hostel mess is completely run by the students. The dividend system, menu will be decided by the students, and expenditure will be divided among the student payment made every month regularly. And it was a similar case for the girls also from the last year onwards. Since girls find it difficult to manage the mess, procure the item, everything made it a contract basis. A contract awarded to private person, he will be managing entire mess. Students only need to use the facilities. Okay, so, and predominantly the vegetarian food is become South Indian food. Since the many students are from the north and they respect already many have asked about the type of the food and other things, North Indian dishes and other things. Okay, especially the rotis and other things. Okay, that will be not on a regular basis. Okay, I told you this is predominantly South Indian mess, and depending on the student's menu choice, it will be given chapatis and all other things. And of course, since it is located in the Zone B, next to sports complex, students will spend time to use the facilities. Okay, so that is one thing. And all the do's and don'ts and other things, regulations will be given to you now. The registration for the hostel admission is made arrangement by the academic in the ground floor of this thing. There all your doubts and everything by best payment. Okay, and the main thing is that everybody you must have seen on the website that 2 types of accommodation period is mentioned. Everybody is expecting some different type of thing, but it's nothing like that. Each student 2 rooms will be accommodated in all the buildings. Only thing is some of the residential quarters where it is converted to hostel, they have got attached bathrooms. For such facility, only little charges are extra. Remaining all things are same, food, facility, everything. And this year, I think we are introducing the washing machine also. For each block, one washing machine is being provided. It is under installation, and all the hostel blocks have been thoroughly renovated. Still, that the painting work is going up. Little bit inconvenience is there in the beginning. All of you have to cooperate. Little cleaning aspect because still work is not yet fully finished. Some of you already visited yesterday and today. And for the all hostel activity, we will nominate some students. And I am associate. We have got assistant warden for the separate for the boys and girls. Dr. Kantaraj is there. He is assistant warden in charge of all the boys hostel. And Dr. Avirami is not here. Dr. Avirami is a professor in the Department of Medicine. She is in charge of the girls hostel. And we got resident coordinator, one assistant warden capacity. Dr. Vigneshwari is there. She is a contact teacher, and she will be residing in the hostel, especially for the girls. Any issues, anything, you can contact anytime. She will be residing with the student only. Okay, with these few words, I welcome you to the hostel and to the river once again. And all your doubt, other discussion in detail can be clarified when you go further registration. You may have to pay some fees, 2 types 16,000 and 19,000. It is only one time payment, not every year. Every year annual rent only will be paid, and mess charge or whatever dividend goes monthly you may have to pay. Everything through bank transactions. Okay, facilities are made available in the ground floor. Please you can come during the registration. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have the Internal Complaint Committee at River, which assists students in voicing their grievances and questions in order to ensure that they have the best college experience. Unfortunately, the ICC chairperson, Dr. N. Arul, Professor and Head of Veterinary Surgery and Radiology, is unable to attend the event today. We have Dr. Uma Maheshwari, Professor and Head, Department of Animal Nutrition, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Aparna and Aarti. Once again, I stand before you all. Hi. So, as Aparna has mentioned, we have an internal complaints committee as per the UGC norms. and it is presided over by Dr. N. Arunjodi, Professor in Head, Department of Veterinary Surgery and Radiology. Like she said, she's unable to make it today because she's busy in the clinics. Okay, so among the teaching faculty, we have two members. One is Dr. Venugopal, your warden, as well as the professor from the LFC complex, and I am Dr. Ma Maheshwari, Professor in Department of Animal Nutrition, another member from the teaching committee. And we have two people from the non-teaching side. One, Mr. Sivaraman, lab technician from the clinic side, and we have Mrs. Priscilla Balasundari, a DEO from the establishment section, who is also on the board of this committee. And this committee also has one NGO, an external member, who is a must during the complaints, inquiry, so on and so forth. So she is Mrs. Rehana Begum, and she is an NGO from outside. She is an external member. Now, I do not know how many of you all know about this complaints committee. Any idea what ICC means? Anyone? Okay, in the ICC means it is here to look after your mental as well as your progress. Any stress, anything, any stress from external agents in your working place, in your studying place, anything that is imposed upon you all may be represented to us and we will take it up. We do not have any problem here in our campus, but still if you have any stress, you may talk to us, and this is in terms of harassment or any other stress laid upon by anyone in the working place, your classmates, your seniors, or anybody else in the college. You are free to approach us. My request would be to the parents to be cautious enough, both your boys as well as girls. Normally we tend to be very careful about girls. We don't want them to be harassed by anyone, whether it is eve-teasing or whether it is love letters or anything. But we never bother about boys, really. But boys also require our attention. As a parent, I feel both the boys as well as the girls require our attention equally. We have to take into consideration their growth. When they are studying, if there is anything that affects them, please be careful enough to assess their mental status. Anything that tells you my son is affected by something, if it is addressed, we can always be there to clear them. So kindly look into it, and this committee is there to look into your problems, the physical harassments, both at your working place, the studying place, wherever you are. You can approach us if there is anything of that kind. Thank you once again for giving me this opportunity to one and all, and all the best.
Thank you, ma'am. At River, we have the Students' Counseling Cell to help the students to navigate their way through the college life. Now, we would like to invite the chairperson of the Student Counseling Cell, Dr. Lydia Dannamal, Professor and Head of Department of Animal Genetics and Breeding, River, to address the students.
Respected dean, colleagues, dear parents and blossoming buds, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Lydia Dannamal, Professor and Head, Department of Animal Genetics and Breeding, and I stand on behalf of myself and my own team, which comprises of Dr. Ajay Kumar. Dr. Ajay, can you please stand? He is Professor, Department of Public Health, and he is dotting many hats, one of which is also including Deputy Registrar of Finance. And then I am also assisted by Dr. Vijay Lakshmi, Professor and Head, Department of Clinical Medicine. She is not here right now. And this counseling cell came into effect only on 1st June 2022, and we are able to function dynamically under the strong institutional support that we have derived from our Dean, Dr. B.V.Sc. Hats off to him, because it is only in this tenure that this cell has been constituted. Now, why is this cell and what are we supposed to do? The thing is that all our children have studied in school, and they are now going from school to college, from home to hostel, from a very familiar neighborhood surroundings of knowing all teachers from LKG to +2, all relatives, everybody, all friends. But now moving into an area which is totally strange and which they are not familiar with at all, and which kind of can put up with some disturbances within the child. So here we have children who can easily go, but there are also children who kind of go through some kind of a turbulence or some kind of a disturbance. And this is exactly the place where we function. This is the place where we wedge. And please do not think you are trained psychologists. That's one thing I want to make it very clear. We are all graduates in veterinary science and specialized in our own field of veterinary science. And we have come together simply because of the fact that our experience with the students of the last 20 years and more has given us an insight into how their mind functions once they move into this arena. So this is what we do, in the sense that they find themselves lonely. They find away from home, they have this homesickness. And the food is a problem, the culture is a problem. They have strange people coming in on board, and then it's not like that very intimate as it was in school, right? So this is a place where we function, and we try to address this mental health issues of students. This is where we find ourselves in. And we create opportunities for them in the sense that we rope in counselors, we rope in clinical psychiatrists from government institutions to come and address the students on general talks, which we find it very vital, which will help them also in the long run. And one thing we want to tell you here is the fact, just because the children have moved into college and you have now don't have any pressure, you feel a sense of liberation that comes, because I'm also a parent and I have a son who's in college, and I know I can tell you from experience the kind of liberated feeling that I had once he joined the college. It's all over, fine. And I felt my job is done. But a job starts here only. Because the child is not with you. You're not seeing him on a day-to-day basis. You're not with him, he's not with you. He's going to miss you. He's going to miss his mom, he's going to miss his dad, he's going to miss his sisters, his brothers, and all his familiar friends, his neighbors, and he cannot join you on important family festivals. So this kind of a disturbance, it works on the mind slowly. And we are here to kind of make this child come into this group, settle down, and find his feet. Now this is a place where we call a home away from home. Right? So this is the place we are, and what I'd like to tell you at this particular point for each and every parent is that just because a parent has joined an institute and you feel a sense of duty is almost over, please remember to be in touch with your son on a day-to-day basis. If it's not possible, at least 2 to 3 times a week. Talk to him, talk to her, find out what she's doing. Did they have their bath in the morning? Did they get up in the morning, have their bath, and after that go to have their breakfast? Are they attending class on time? Are they coming? Are they going to play in the playground? Are they having a kind of a healthy relationship with their friends? Are they moving? Are they communicating? Or are they getting withdrawn into a shell? The earlier we find out, the better it is, because we deal with students who have faced mental health issues, and we are with them. We talk to them, we talk to their parents. Student counseling cell sits with them for long hours, interacts with them, and makes them come out of their shell, and trying to make them understand that all this is only a temporary phase and that they will be soon a thing of the past. We try to make the child be as happy as possible and give a very safe and secure environment, feel comfortable, so that his potential is coming out to the maximum, that he excels in whatever he does, whether it's academics or sports or extracurricular activities. This is where we find ourselves in. So I'm not going to take much of your time. So what is the thing which we want you to do is, there will be advisors who will be given to each of your students shortly. Please take the name of the advisor and try to talk to the advisor at least once a month. Try to know about his attendance percentage, number 1, and try to know about his academic performance, number 2. These two are very essential if you kind of don't want to create a gap between you and your son. You need to monitor your son on a routine basis, on a regular basis. I know it's not possible on a day-to-day basis. I'm also a parent. We are caught up with many issues, but at least once in a week, over a weekend. And another thing is that once you drop your children, don't come after 5 years. Come once in 2 months or 3 months. I know you're all located in different parts of the country, but at least visit your child as much as possible, as often as possible, or make it a point to visit them at least once in 6 months. Come and see the campus, come and see the teachers, give that kind of a sense of belonging to your son, that he is not alone. that we are here. It is a support system. It's a team which works. All right. So this is my humble request for each one of you. And one more thing, please remember, students' counseling cell is different from students' counseling, present continuous in English grammar. Headed by me, Dr. Ajay and Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. Students' counsel is Dr. Avinash Lagavar. We deal with mental health issues. So students' counseling cell is different from students' counsel. And so the difference should come. What we do is that we'll tell one and the other half will completely will gulp it down. So these two are different. So and our names, our numbers will be shared by Dr. Venkatesha Perumal. Feel free to contact us anytime, 24/7. If you're not able to pick up your call, text messages. We are here to listen to you. My number, Dr. Ajay's and Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. So I wish each and every child sitting here the very best for a very strong and healthy stay and studies. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, coming to the Students' Council, as ma'am mentioned. Students' Council at River consists of student volunteers working together with student advisors. The Students' Council conducts various meaningful and purpose-oriented activities, provides a forum for students' opinions, interests and desires, and honestly reflects and interprets the student's viewpoint. We invite the Associate Patron of Student Council, Dr. Avinash Lagavar, Professor, Department of Veterinary Pathology, River, to address the students.
Respected Dean, faculty members, parents and dear students. At the outset today, when the individual students they reported at the reception counter, they must have handed over you one beautiful kit. Okay, I don't know how many of you have opened or not. It comprises of so many things, but one thing when you see in that will definitely bring a smile on your face. What is that one? Yeah, what is that one? There is a beautiful card and a chocolate. Definitely. Okay, that is what is the Student Council. Okay, Student Council is under the patronship of the Dean. I am Avinash. I am the associate patron of the Student Council, ably supported by the various office bearers which you will come to know over the period of time. And the main job of the Student Council is to make your entire stay here little, I would like to say lighter, and to take out the various other, we can say, hidden qualities in you which can be beneficial to you for making up you as a better human being. Okay. Then the Student Council will be organizing various events like this. Okay, one of them which is anchored by Aarti and the Abarna. So you will also get an opportunity in future to represent it, and we try to do everything, all the activities other than the studies and the sports. Okay, whatever is there, we will be helping you out. It means the organizing the cultural events, and most of the times our activities will be after the institutional instructional hours. So I request all the parents to allow the students to their children and to allow them to participate in various activities conducted by the Student Council for their betterment in the future. Okay, so I hope everybody will be very comfortable during the entire tenure during your studies, and we will try to help you out. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we invite Deputy Registrar Finance, Dr. V.J. Ajay Kumar, Professor of Department of Public Health and Epidemiology, to throw light on the financial aspect and vehicle section of River.
Respected Dean, faculty members, dear students and parents, I'm not going to speak much about the financial things. Rather, I would like to brief about the vehicle section. Actual vehicle section in charge is Dr. Ellen Jadin, professor in the Department of Animal Nutrition. He could not make it today. So I'll brief about the vehicle section, which will be of much use to you. We have different vehicles which cater for different needs of the institute, like ferrying officers, have specialized vehicles like for agriculture, veterinary animal ambulances, and veterinary village visit ambulances, which we take students every week to the villages. Other than that, for you, for the hostel students, we have a vehicle arranged during the lunch time. You know that the hostel campus is the next campus, so you have only 1 hour break. So sometimes you will find it difficult to walk and take the lunch and come back, especially during summers. So we have the vehicle arranged free of cost to all students. Those who are interested can go to the hostels after the class, have your lunch and come back. This is arranged at free of cost. And also for the day scholar students, we have arranged student trips, daily trips in the morning and evening. The current route is like it starts from the vehicle at the college at 7:45 in the morning, goes through Leda Steel House, Krishna Nagar, Shivaji Statue, Clock Tower, Renuka Theatre, Ananda Kalyana Mahal, Kandan Theatre, Marimala Shale, Saptagiri Hotel, Indira Gandhi Square, Bharati Sesha Mahal, Kadirgamam, and coming to the college by 8:45. So you'll be reaching back, you'll be reaching the campus at 8:45. That will be how your classes are starting. And evening also it will be giving you back, going back in the same route. This route was based on the demand from the students of the last year. But if there is any more number of students coming from a different area, this time we can change the route also. We charge a amount of 6,000 rupees per year for this, per year, 6,000 rupees only. And regarding doubt or getting the vehicle, for using the vehicle enrolling, you can approach the vehicle section just below this floor. That is in the first floor, there is a vehicle section. So you can approach there, pay the fees and give your route, etc. So once again, I wish you a smooth journey, not only in the river, but also in all our vehicles. And let me stop it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. 6 years of education at River not only builds you professionally, but also guides you to create the best version of yourself. Here we have Ms. Angeline, internee at River, to share her experience with us in this institute.
Good morning to one and all present here. I am Angeline Shayona, doing my internship at present in River. First of all, I welcome you juniors and my best wishes to each and every one of you here. Back in 2017, this gives me nostalgic moments looking at you all with an elixir of emotions running wildly, with anxiety and excitement of what are we going to do in the next 5 years. So I get you all people, but take it from me, this is the best decision you have ever taken, and congratulations in stepping up into this eminent profession. First of all, this college has created impact in each and every one of our lives and has tamed us and groomed us in a way and changed from a playful kid into a very responsible adult. And so this environment holds many cherishing moments to take back for a lifetime. To begin with, naturally this campus will create an inner fire and stir within us to work harder and harder, push us and break our own records during every exams, and you get to see your friends coming out of their own shells during culturals, and the poised greenery around, which gives so much refreshment and calmness, the aura in the library facilities. You get to experience many sweet friendships, and a sense of belongingness develops between juniors and seniors, and that is what I feel for the long run in this 5.5 years, these all are needed to be. Coming to the academic aspect, this is going to be a very challenging one, and it requires a lot of effort, and along with this you need to enjoy a bit too, you get to see during practical classes under microscopes, the various farm visits and veterinary dispensaries, and then the hype that gets created during exams, and the flow which you try to complete all your assignments and practical records. So these are all this once in a lifetime opportunity which you could experience in this 5.5 years, and I don't think you could experience all this afterwards. And the most satisfactory moment for me till now is the entry into 4th year, where you get to have clinical experience. There you see many life and death struggles of animals. So when you treat them and when they recover, These voiceless creatures come back to you with wagging tails, gleaming eyes, and licks all over your faces. So, what more do you need when this is the most priceless and satisfactory moment which I have experienced in this 23 years of my existence in this world? And we have our pillars of support, teaching professionals. They are there to groom us, rejuvenate us, and pull us up when we go down and bring the best version of ourselves. Last but not the least, we have our Dean Sir, Dr. B.V.Sc, who is the world's renowned scientist. What more do we need when we have a blessing in disguise sitting among us? He has guided and enlightened us in all ways possible. So make the best use of him and get benefited. He has taken this institute to a next level. So we'll all work together and make this institute prouder. Thanks for this opportunity. Have a great day.
Thank you, ma'am. Next, we call upon Mr. S. Aravind to share his experience at River.
Thank you, Amarna. Respected Dean, Professors, non-teaching staff, parents of the first years, and my dear juniors. A warm morning to everyone. I am Aravind, pursuing internship at this esteemed college. I have come for some salient features about this college. First of all, we are a noble profession, where many youngsters of us wouldn't fetch such opportunity. Our sector comprising livestock allied agriculture is one of the most important sector contributing to the nation's GDP and also global economy. As we know, agriculture is the backbone of our nation and it signifies the indispensable duty of a veterinarian in the increasing production aspect of the animal and also the health aspect, resulting in the wellness of an animal. Therefore, we veterinarians ensure the safety of the animal along with supplying support for the small and the marginal scale farmers. Let's come to the beautiful campus of River. River, the R stands for reverberance, I for inspirit, V for veracious, E for elegance, and R for reflection. The greatness of any institution is entirely dependent on the atmosphere prevailing. I hope everyone will agree to it. Along with this wonderful place, our head of the institution also plays meticulously in shaping each and every student of this college. He is a top 2% scientist for the 3 consecutive years and he is the most wanted personality across the globe. Meeting him itself is most dream come true for many scientists globally. Also, he holds the privilege that he is the youngest dean the country has ever produced. We are electedly fortunate to be under his guidance. Moreover, he is very dynamic, elastic, and so student friendly. I am sure that the parents and the students of the first years might have already met him during the counseling process, and you might have definitely witnessed about how Sir speaks and how he motivates others. Now, coming to the professors of each department are astonishing, and the transfer of valuable knowledge to the student is utmost in this college. I would really say, I am saying from experience only. We should make use of such great personality and gain everything from them. The best example is our dean itself, because he is also alumni and now he is sitting as a dean. This shows the contribution of teachers to the students inevitably. The alumni of our college are placed everywhere, globally, and doing their best in each sectors in their life. We can work anywhere, like as we wish, we can do a clinical subject or you can go for a research scientist, food security, zoonosis, lot of wide options are there. The clinical exposure is very vital here and we should definitely give such credits to the professors here because we feel the value of life in clinics, isn't it? Coming to the sports, we almost have all the majorly played sports in our campus. Every evening when we go around, when we wander, we used to see people running over there and they cherish themselves by talking with many people in the ground. So that as a sportsman and as a senior, I'm advising you all to recreate yourself by indulging in such activities because that will give you a cherished moment when you can feel conscious and refreshing mind when you read something. That is the most important thing a student like us should develop in this age itself. Keep your nerves active and though it will focus you correctly and end up staying fit. That's the most important because our body is the first thing we have to focus on. The students are the representative of all the states here and this is the utmost speciality of this college. We are heterogeneous but while undergoing this course and we move out of this college, we turn to homogeneous and contributing our motherland India very efficiently and effectively. And yes, we the seniors are there to support and assist you in every best way. Have a healthy relationship with everyone. I eventually welcome you all to join this beautiful college and will try hard to succeed and to give the name to be proud of this college, and also we will make the nations proud. Thank you. Take it.
Ms. Intilemna Jamitsur, 4th year B.V.Sc and EH, to take us through her journey at River.
A very good morning to one and all present here today. Our beloved Dean, Dr. B.V.Sc, respected professors, non-teaching faculty, my dear friends, and a very special welcome to all the freshers present here today, accompanied by your family and well-wishers. My name is Inaugural Jamitsur, hailing from the land of festivals, the state of Nagaland from Northeast India, and I'm currently in my 4th B.V.Sc and AH. It is truly an honor for me to stand before you all today to speak on my reflections of our prestigious institution, Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Veterinary Education and Research. I still remember how 4 years ago I sat on one of the seats here in this hall. Not a proper week had passed by after I had traveled over 3,000 kilometers all the way away from my hometown in Nagaland, leaving my family and loved ones to arrive here in Pondicherry. A little nervous to venture into this new place, but confident enough to trust the process and embrace this new challenge in my life with an open mind and a grateful heart. Since day one, the River family have welcomed me and all the students with a promising assurance to guide us through this journey of venturing through one of our life's most important years. River is a place where I am learning to navigate my road to being a veterinarian, driven with determination and of good values. Led by a very dynamic dean, the professors are ever ready to seek to our needs to mold and shape us into the picture of our promising futures. Where we lag and fall behind, their encouraging words and actions drives us to perform better. Co-curricular activities like music, dance, sports, literature, and many more other creative outlets here at River have given so many opportunities to the students over the years. I would also do injustice to the facilities provided here if I leave the stage without mentioning my experience as the student editor for the college annual magazine, in French titled Notre River, meaning Our River, issue of 2021 to 2022. A very special mention to our respected dean and the staff editor, whom I believe to be my mentor, Dr. Abhirami Ma'am, Professor of Veterinary Medicine Department. That particular experience have made me learn so many new skills and lessons outside my table of being a veterinary science student too. Dear friends, I would like to conclude by saying this. I want to encourage you all to grab the wonderful opportunities that River will present to you over the years. Learn the good things, unlearn negativity, create beautiful relationships to be cherished for a lifetime, and most importantly, let happiness find you here. God bless you all. Thank you and welcome to our River family.
Thank you, Inti. Now we invite Dr. Venkatesh Permar, Professor of Department Veterinary Biochemistry, to propose the vote of thanks.
So good afternoon everybody, once again. It gives me an immense pleasure to stand before you to deliver the vote of thanks for this 29th orientation program. As some have said earlier, I still remember on 14th October 1994, we were there sitting not in this floor, so it was in the Pandey building, very eagerly and anxiously what will happen to our future. Okay, so it gives me a pleasure to share my experience that way. And as far as this program is concerned, so you know that this is a program for today, but it started 4 months back, even little before. And we have been meticulously planning for this. For that, I would like to thank our Dean, who is instrumental in this today's function and the plan which he has made from the beginning. And he is very constantly encouraging us and keen in understanding what are each and every activities that is happening during the course of your admission process. So I thank you, sir, for all your support and the help which you have rendered during this 4.5 months. And I also would like to thank our dear academic who has done a tremendous work in making this process happen, who has translated the vision of our dean with his team for admission process, which includes our librarian Dr. B.V.Sc sir and academic staffs, so that this process, Mr. Sundarasu and Malarvi and Jyoti, we are working tirelessly in half hours to make this event possible. So thank you, sir, and your team for your support. And I would like to thank Dr. D. Uma Maheshwari, Professor at Animal Nutrition and Chief Superintendent of Examination. So in spite of today we have an exams, with this busy schedule she have come and explain her about the examination process. Thank you, ma'am. And I also would like to thank the professors and head of the first year departments, veterinary anatomy, Mr. Dr. Sivakumar sir, Dr. D. Srikumar sir and Dr. Nainin Jacob sir, and they were my teachers also. I feel happy to thank you, sir, for your just orientation, giving the flair of these subjects. Thank you, sir. And I also thank Dr. Srinivasan sir, who was briefed about given the picture of the library, and Dr. Muhammad Asim sir for taking you to the sports complex where we have enjoyed a lot, and Dr. Kumar sir for showing you the nature of NSS, so what we are to do as a human apart from a veterinary profession. And I also need to thank Dr. N. Arunjyoti madam, who is an internal grievance cell chairman. So since she could not make it up, which was taken by Dr. Uma Maheshwari, one of the member of the cell, so who was briefed about all the activities. Thank you, ma'am. And I would like to thank the chairman of students counseling cell. I want to stress that counseling part, Dr. Lydia Dhanamal ma'am. So for explaining the activities and to make you at ease, you don't worry about what is going to happen here, but of course there is a new environment, but she has made it a point how it will be useful to you. So thank you, ma'am, for explaining this. And I also like to thank the associate partner so for explaining about the students council activity, at the same time who is instrumental in organizing the part of this event as an event organizer. Thank you, sir, and this your team. And I also would like to thank our warden, Dr. S. Venugopal sir, assisted by his team, Dr. S. Kantaraj and Dr. A. Abhirami, for making the hostel facilities available. Of course, it's on the way. Maybe by tomorrow it will be ready, I think, sir. So thank you, sir, for your effortless work, because I could see that yesterday and day before yesterday they were there in the hostel doing all the necessary activities for today's function. So thank you, sir. And a special thanks to our students council members, our students, for taking care of this event and comparing and making the event a great success. I also would like to thank our internees and the fourth year students to share their experience, how they traveled along this 4.5 years in the River campus. Thank you, Arvind, Angeline and Mitlamon, for your suggestions and your experience. And I also would like to thank the engineering cell for making this hall ready and all the arrangements they've made. And I thank the photography by Xavier and the videography team for making the event a memorable one. And I thank each one of you present here, and especially for it's not a thanks, it's basically we welcome the freshers who have joined today and having been here. And I thank the parents, specifically the proud parents of these children, so who have made it a point to attend this function and grace this event. So I thank one and all who was either directly or indirectly involved in this event. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Before we conclude today's event, we have some special announcements for the students and parents. We request the parents, students and faculty to have the refreshments arranged at the ground floor. We will begin the registration for first year students at 12:50 p.m. Both the students and HODs of the first year subjects are requested to be here at the conference hall at 12:50 p.m. A note to the parents, hostel fees payment is to be made at the academic section hall at the ground floor. For the college tour tomorrow, the students are requested to assemble at Dr. Ram Kumar Lecture Hall located at the library block at 9 a.m. sharp tomorrow. Before we conclude, we request all of us to raise for the national anthem.